I'm Miko Halili, and welcome to The Score, where we tackle the hottest and trending topics in sports. The Creamline Cool Smashers are on the verge of winning the Premier Volleyball League Season 2 Open Conference Finals after routing the Ateneo-Motolite Lady Eagles in the series opener. Game 2 of the best-of-3 series is set for Saturday at the Batangas City Coliseum. And joining us today to share his analysis of the PVL Finals is the one and only Doc Volleyball, AJ Pareja of our broadcast team. Doc AJ, thank you for being part of The Score today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Okay, so Creamline with a 1-0 lead, but I think what people are talking about is how they gained that 1-0 lead. It's by sweeping Ateneo-Motolite. Now, you feel that sweep is not an indicator of how these teams are really well matched.
Yeah, well, we all know what Creamline is really capable of. Now that they have their full lineup ever since the semifinals, talagang very strong coming out. Hindi na sila the usual one-man team, and that's heavily reliant on Alyssa Valdez. It just so happened that Ateneo, even if they beat Creamline during the eliminations already, has still that perennial problem of consistency with the reception. And Creamline is very deadly on the service area, especially when Alyssa Valdez is there. She can string a lot of service aces. If I remember correctly, out of the 11 service aces throughout the game, it was 7 from Alyssa Valdez. So if you can disrupt the reception of Ateneo from the get-go, it's going to be hard for Dina Wong to establish a good set.
But as you said, Creamline is not just an Alyssa Valdez team. And that's why you're excited to talk about the importance of two players. Let's start with Mel Gohing.
Okay, so actually it's the two MG. So Mel Gohing. So if you look at Ateneo and Creamline, they are both good serving team. They're very aggressive servers. But what sets Creamline apart from Ateneo is the presence of a very established, good passing libero in Mel Gohing.
And then you also have Gumabao, who provides a ton of experience.
Yeah, and Michelle Gumabao is one of the key factors to make the attack option of Creamline more unpredictable. Actually, in the world setting, it's mostly the opposite position, which is Michelle Gumabao, who's almost always the most dominant spiker in every game in the international level. So with Michelle Gumabao, actually ang ganda ng performance niya nung game 1. Right with Alyssa Valdez, they're the top 2 scorers of the team. And it shows na if Michelle Gumabao is very active in the scoring department, that's when Creamline is the most deadly.
Now, moving to the Ateneo-Motolite part of the story, the two players that you are really looking at very closely, you have Kat Tolentino and you have Dina Wong. How come?
Yeah, Kat Tolentino, as I mentioned, yung importance of the opposite position, that's what Coach Oliver really, it's a stroke of genius to shift Kat Tolentino from the open position to the opposite position because it maximizes her height, it maximizes her power, and it parang tinatago yung weakness niya in the floor defense department because opposites are not usually expected to do the passing burden for the team. So that's where it's really important that Kat Tolentino in the opposite is a very safe option when Dina Wong needs an automatic point. So going naman to Dina Wong, her decision-making will be the crucial factor also for Ateneo if on a good day that their passing is on point. At least what they can do is really for Dina Wong to maximize the middles in Bea de Leon and Madi Madaya, which is the most or the biggest advantage of Ateneo across the board. It's the middles also, but they won't be able to function well without the passing and of course the setting of Dina.
Now all those factors have to kick in because Ateneo-Motolite is in a must-win situation in game 2. You prepared 3 things that the Lady Eagles have to accomplish in game 2. And we will start with well-placed serves.
Well-placed serves. So we all know that Ateneo is already aggressive. They can do a lot of low, flat services, but sometimes it goes straight to the libero. So that's what they should avoid. Avoid passing into either Mel Gohing or Kaya Atienza because it's going to be an automatic play for Gia Morado. And aside from the well-placed service, to activate the middles also. So I mentioned Kat Tolentino given that she's the safest options pag kailangan ng points. But their main advantage across all other teams is, of course, Bea de Leon and Madi Madayag. And lastly is just really the reception because it will all start with the reception. Creamline is a deadly serving team, so if they can get their passing on point on that day, they can force it a game 3.
Again, Ateneo-Motolite must-win situation. Creamline, on the other hand, they just have to win in game 2 in Alyssa's home court. And these are the keys to winning for the Creamline Cool Smashers.
Yeah, so since Creamline definitely knows the consistency or lack of in the passing department of Ateneo, that's where they will still focus. Of course, the services is going to be deadly from Creamline. And of course,
you wanted to maximize Gumabaw. What does that mean?
Maximize Gumabaw is they've done it in game 1, so they can just continue using it with Michelle Gumabaw being given a bunch of the attacks in the right wing department, because Ateneo has their tallest blockers on the right side of the court. So at least pag kay Gumabaw binigay, shorter yung blockers niya. And we all know what Michelle Gumabaw is capable of. I want to see more back row attack from her. And of course, from Alyssa Valdez to at least make the plays a little bit more unpredictable for Gia.
Doc AJ, why do you invite the fans to join you in Batangas for game 2 of the finals?
Yeah, so I'll be covering live the game on tomorrow between the Creamline Cool Smashers and Ateneo-Motolite. So I'm inviting everyone to join us sa Batangas. So if you want to watch live, it's gonna be a road trip, but I'm sure that even in your homes, it's going to be a really exciting match.
So that's going to be game 2 of the PVL Finals between the Creamline Cool Smashers and the Ateneo-Motolite Lady Eagles. Doc AJ, thank you so much for always enlightening us when it comes to volleyball.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I can only speak so much. You have to watch the game live. You have to watch it.
The doctor has...